Everybody, welcome back to Life After the Woods, episode 22 with me, Sid, and I have been busy between episodes, not in such a way that you would see any productivity, but if you were to look in the water there, you'll see that most of the sand has gone, and that is now dirt. And I have turned off the tree farms because they have reached, well, these must be the wrong season for rice to grow if that's not growing. Yeah, but turn both of these off, and the reason is really simple. There's 3,456 oak logs, 3,456 spruce logs, and a good number of sticks and everything else. So these don't need to be running right now. I've got more than enough timber to last me a lifetime. So, my plans for today are a little bit weird. First things first, we are going to have to... Well, I'll show you what I'm working on. This is a big old build. This is going to be a big old space. And ultimately, this enchanting room area is going to go. And if I just pop down here into this tunnel, we will come down into this quite large and drippy cavern, lozenge-shaped cavern. I have been digging out stuff out of here for a good few hours. There is unfortunately a ravine slap bang in the middle of it, so we do need to address both the ravine that's in this space and ultimately probably the rest of the ravine, get it lit up so it doesn't spawn anything, because we don't want lots of noise. But that is the bed of the lake up there. And what I want to do is I want to replace this with a very shallow glass dome. The glass dome will not break the surface of the lake, it will just go beneath it, but it will be a glass dome open, and we'll be able to look up into the sky above this chamber. And this chamber is then going to connect up via a corridor which will come in at A level. I haven't decided how deep this is going to be yet or anything along those lines, but it will come in at a thing along here, probably zig off to the side a little bit, and then it will join back up here. It's all good, yeah? However, I need a lot of glass. Now, I've got quite a bit of sand, not necessarily in here, it's down in those, but using those furnaces is not really going to work for me. Neither is using the a vanilla furnace array, because that's boring. So the plan is simple. We are going to we're going to start off with pulling some stuff together. We're going to need to take power. I'm probably going to need more. Let's refresh my memory on those. So I definitely need more alloy. And if I go, recipe for that is nuggets and andesite. So let's just grab those. A few more. And just make myself a whole bunch more of that, which is not a lot. And again, here I am now virtually out of andesite again. Oh, it says looking at 256 andesite there. That's not a problem. Okay, we've got that, so I'll take you with me. I think that's all we need at the moment. Let's start off by working out how to transfer power down to the bottom of the factory, so I can get these two things relocated. And I think that probably should be our first trick, and then we can build our smelter cooker in there. I think that's probably the best bet. Don't really want that to be in here. This is still working on various things. These obviously need pulling out, but I chucked a whole load of... I've got ores when I've been things. I still don't think I've got much left of those. That's all stuff that needs to be put away, but again, I have a problem, and the problem is storage. So we need, I think, let's start off with now I can bring no. If I had a vertical, then I could just, yeah, I'm going to need a vertical gearbox, I think. Have I even got any form of gearboxes? I don't think I have, so I'm going to need to make a vertical gearbox and then another horizontal gearbox to take the power down. I'm going to need quite a few, I think. So let's go. I'm going to need vertical gearbox, take it down under the ground here, horizontal gearbox, that will go down, and we'll bring it down to about, say, here. Then we'll have a horizontal gearbox, then we'll have a vertical gearbox to get it up about here maybe. Vertical, horizontal, horizontal, vertical. That will get the power out, and then probably a little bit more. I'm going to grab most of this because this keeps filling up anyway, so it would be beneficial to empty that. I'm going to get some gearboxes made, maybe make some more andesite alloy, and I'll be back in a second. Oh, that's you. I was like, what's that clanging? That's still working. So we have got some of what we need here to achieve this. We're going to need more of these things, but that's inevitable. We're going to take a vertical. Let's just pop you out, so that should be going down. And then we're going to go down one. And then down here, we're going to tear out this floor. Most of the way down. Now, we could have used a belt, but a belt actually uses mechanical power. So you can see that's using 16 stress units. So whilst a belt would have been cheaper on materials, it's not going to be cheaper on things. I'm going to bring you to here, I think, like so. And what we'll do is we shall take another vertical gearbox and we'll place you in here, and that will allow us to transfer energy down there. Perfect. Then we shall just fill this back in. I'm going to need to do another one for that, but that's fine. We can work that one out, and I can fill that in as well while we're at it. And that can just be any old piece of gubbins, and then this is going to be coming all the way out. This is where the fun starts. We'll have you, and we can. Well, I suppose I can put these back in. Still can't get out from that, of course, but that's fine. Pop that there. Nope. I know I could wrench it round, but it's actually easy just to pick them up and place them correctly. All the way down until we run out. Oh, bum. Yeah. Need my thing, don't I? Okay, you. Come this way. Do. Till we get to there, we are going to then have a horizontal gearbox come around like so, and that's going to come out to the middle where we'll have another vertical gearbox. Perfect. So what we need then is more of that. So I think you get 8 per, don't you? So let's just do 32 for now. And then that will come up. Okay, perfect. And there. And then we'll go down here. Like a soup. And apart from a little bit of brickwork up there, you'll never know that that was there. Okay, now let's just pop those back for a second. So then we need to, well, we need to go and take some of this actually. I think we need to, let's sleep the night off. I've not been sleeping a lot, so we don't want any phantoms if we can avoid them. I'll go and grab the press and mixer from over here, and we'll get those in over there. Shouldn't be a major problem. The only issue we have is going to be that there. But that's fine because we just fill it back in with you and world is good and happy. Grab you, grab you, grab you and grab you. Oh, and that because, you know, we don't need it. Right, I need to get that set up back in the factory, so we'll do that and I'll be back in a second. Well, it needs a little finessing like this, maybe little chisels and bits around it, but we've got that. He's still got an additional output here and an additional output there if you wanted. I could have multiple stamps, for example. So we brought the power successfully down here, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, no, they're not here. I think they're over there. I can actually plug that hole with a little bit of a andesite casing. Right, well, that's there. Now the other thing we need is some of that brick. So I'm going to get that done. I'm not going to do the chisels and bitserizing right now because, hello, click my mouse. Because that's kind of, you know, it's trivial stuff. I probably won't need that much either. So we got you. What did I need? Brick, wasn't it? I said. Maybe one will be enough, I think. Okay, so let's get you done. And then we can move on to the smelter. Alright there, butterfly. Are you trapped? I bet you're underneath that, aren't you? Ah well. You will learn the hard way then. So, yeah, just a little bit of chisel and bitsing over here, and we shall pop you there. That gives us, actually, oh, it doesn't even use the, can I? Yes, I can. I'm not going to do that one. I'd rather see the movement, but I didn't realise it didn't use up the thing. I would have done a lot more of that had I known that. But anyway, what I need to do is jump in there. Oh, alright. I need to place you down somehow, somewhere. Grab my chisels and bits bag. How are you for bits in there anyway? You've actually got a whole load of garbage in there. That's empty. It's probably better that way. And then we can use these in that mode and just fill those two holes in, and you'd never know that that was behind there, which is of course the idea. Similar kind of thing to do over here, but that's a different story for another time. Right now, what I actually want is to go and start planning out my next little escapade, which is to bring, well, what we are going to have, I'm going to need some conveyor belt. We've got an encased fan, and I'll just have the one, I think. How do I want to play this? Definitely going to need some of these. They're going to come down like so. We'll have an encased fan which will be vertical. I mean, not an encased fan. We'll have a vertical gearbox there with a bit of that going on. Oh, hello. You are not a vertical gearbox, are you? No, you're not. That's problematic. No, it's not. I can probably utilize this side here somehow, maybe. Alright, I need to have a think about this. This is the problem I've got here is basically one of space, and yeah, I can put a vertical gearbox in there. I can put a vertical gearbox in there. That will give me that. It's how do I get I think I've got an idea. Yeah, maybe. Let's take you out of here. Let's pop you there. Let's stick that in there. We've now got that going, and we can take our encased fan, and you should be. No, you're not. Damn it. Alright, I need another. This is where it gets expensive on gearboxes, of course. And now it's blowing. And that's all fine and good. But, oh, actually no, this has actually given me some options, I think. We have our thing there, and then we come across here to here. Don't like it. No, this is really not playing nicely. I think I need to make my room bigger, which is doable. So I'll be back in a second. Right, we're a little bit closer than we were. I managed to get the thing blowing the right way. I've managed to get the thing doing the things I wanted to do. I need a couple of barrels, and I need to hide this. This will be the back wall eventually, and put a floor in. That is polished dolomite, so I need to go and grab some of that. I'm fairly certain I've got plenty of dolomite. And then we should be able to start getting in a system for keeping this running that a little bit more powerfully. Now I also want to pick up all of my bits of this. Reason will become apparent in a moment, I hope. What did I say I wanted? Polished dolomite, didn't I? Schist. Dolomite. If I were dolomite, where would I be? limestone. Please tell me I've got a little bit of dolomite somewhere. It's annoying when you run out of something. You know what? We'll deal with that later. Let's worry about the practicalities of how this thing's going to work. For which I need a couple of barrels, he says, wandering off. Let me just make sure I've got everything I need with me, because otherwise, I'm going to be backwards and forwards, so I'll see you in a moment. Alright, so we've got the fan, it's blowing this way. I've got a barrel, it's just sat there. I'll use these couple of bits of glass above and below just to frame that in. And in there goes a bucket of lava. Now that bucket of lava can't go anywhere, but look at that. Look at those lovely, lovely particles. So we will fill you back in here. That's dropping, it's a brass funnel, so it can drop a stack at a time. Lava there blowing across this, goes across to here. Now at this point we are going to stick another barrel, like a Sioux, and we are going to get another create funnel, and we're going to put you on there, and that is going to be going in, and we'll set that to whatever we are cooking. I want to put you away. That and that and that and that can all go in there along with that for now. Not that. Oh, and the belt, of course. Now I did get some polished dolomite, so I'm good for you. What I do need is some slate. Actually, I don't, because I've got you. You are old stone. I've got plenty of that. Nope. Let's try doing this properly. So fill you back in with old stone. Take that and that, and because it's only proper, we'll do that as well. That should, we'll hide you. Alright, there we go. That should have everything hidden. Now if I hang on, no, I borrow that, set you to glass because I don't really want it set to an enchanted pickaxe, and go and let me just drop off all of this here for now. Go and grab some sand. We should have a pretty solid glass smelter. Now I know I've got a whole load of sand down in the chest down there, so let's, because I will need a pretty big chunk of glass for this. So let's just pop down and grab that. Sand, 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 all white of course, and sand, 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 sand. Lovely. If that's not enough glass, then I am in trouble. Polished basalt, lovely old stuff. Now what this space is going to be is actually going to be my new storage and industrial, centralised storage area, basically a massive great Underlake affair. We'll be able to conveyor things in from various places, and hopefully if I've got enough space get a that should have chucked an entire stack on. Now I don't think it'll cook in the time it takes to get down there. Have I made it too I might have made you just one too long. That's not good. Alright. See, this is why we test. So we need you to be here. Like so, with a... Let's go with that, see what we get. Can I just borrow that a second? Thank you. In you go. Now let's try it. Now I am expecting that to cook and become glass and go in here. I just don't know how long it takes. So let's just give it a little try. Well, he's doing a stack. So, yep, stack at a time. For free. That's what I call good value for money. I'm going to stick a little piece of that under there just to make it more solid, but it won't take long to cook all of that lot and everything should be good and happy. Wow, look at that. Right, I'm going to go and grab a few other little bits and pieces while waiting for that to cook, and I'll be back in a second. And that's the last thing I needed, a red flour. Well, red dye actually, but no particular reason, just wanted red. So I need to head back around here. Now, what I'm finding with Create is there are a lot of things you want to carry around with you. Oh, well, it's done already, excellent. So if we take these 4 and a couple of those, and if we look at the usage of those, I need gears and leather. So we've got leather and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gears, and we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are 4 more engineers toolboxes in different colours. The colours are largely academic, but what it does mean is I can take things like the chute and clear that, and that and clear that, jump in here and get the belts, because the belt is probably a common item we want to have. We can take things like these and maybe put them, say, into the pearl. It doesn't really matter at the moment. This is me working out how best to do things. You can take all of those, for example. They can go into this one. In fact, we could take that out of that one and put that into this one. We could have a raw materials chest. Machines, that one would go into a raw materials chest. Machines go into, say, this one for now. And then we can grab you, which will allow me to pick all of that lot up and do the last one of these. Oh, of course. Try again. And get a red one. Now at the moment, oops, hello, they're not particularly useful as they are, but if I were to name these in an anvil, which I'm going to test, then what we'll do is we'll find out what works and what doesn't. Now there is another question I have as well, so let me just check something out first. Where's my purple toolbox? You are full, so I want to yeah, that is probably something I need to do first though, isn't it? Try and empty my inventory of anything that will go into anything. That'll go in there. Right, that should work. Well, it'll definitely work if I do that. So if I clear you, now that, you can't put toolboxes into toolboxes. That was wise. That was definitely wise. Doesn't matter here. However, we do have an option here, because one of the things we've got is a belt, a tool belt, which we've really not played with. So we've got a tool belt that has 2 slots, so iron, string and leather. Leather, string and some iron, and we do that with that and that to get the belt. And then it can have, I think it's up to another 7 slots with those. Now for that we need gold. That's not a problem. We have got plenty of gold as well. And we are going to make, well, we'll just do the 1 for now, because I can't remember exactly how this costs in experience. Gold and that. No. That. That will give me you, which I'll just throw you on the ground. And we pop you in there and you in there. And this is the bat belt, because why not? The utility belt of Batman was absolutely the greatest thing ever invented. I really do need to get rid of some stuff. I can get rid of you, can't I? That's fine. Now the question is, how many of these can I get on? So that's 2. That's another 4, which will make 5. So we should be able to go from there. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. To there, that costs 5 experience. I mean, experience is not a problem. There's another 8. There's 12. Then it wants 15 and I don't have enough. But it doesn't matter, because I can solve that. What is going to be the fastest way of doing that? The fastest way of doing this is, of course, going to be bombarding myself with these. Hello. And that should allow me to get that last one on. So that's now got 7 slots. There's only 2 more slots available. So I think I'm going to try and get those sorted, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, a little bit of time has passed, and I have now got the last upgrade for this, which is a whole 30 levels. But that is fine, because we now have a tool belt, which is empty, so that's all good. Now, what I would like to do is go, and let's call this one raw materials. That's as good a name as any, and we'll pop you down and we'll go and jump in here where we've got the slime. Actually no, slime is not really a raw material, is it? Where's the one? That, and that, and that. Now we haven't got any of those, so any of those sheets I should say, but we can pop that and that in, and that, and the iron sheets. And a stack of those. Pick you up. That is my raw materials, and we shall go and you're not going to let me do that. Okay. I was hoping for so much, and yet I was let down. So we've got raw materials. We've got components, which will pop in there. Components. Now that can have brass and andesite casings in it. That's probably, I mean, realistically we want the big stuff in there, but what else have we got? Nothing else, so well, let's make that one, and we'll, hello, we'll call you parts 1. I really can't think of a better name for it than that, to be honest, at this stage. Hello, but that gives us somewhere to keep all of our bits and pieces for now. We've got components, we've got sediment stone, we've got a red, and all of these are spare. So, but when we start working more on more hooferators, we will be able to exploit that, and that's obviously the idea. So that's all good. Now what I need to do is, let's start off. How much you got in there? Stick another. And I've got plenty of them upstairs, so this is, no, that's not the right way. How am I going to handle this? That is a good question. I think we're going to take a little bit of netherrack as scaffold, and we'll start by we'll start by getting the first layer around, and I think I'm going to do it too deep. I don't even know, why are you like that? That makes no sense. So yeah, if we get the glass in on this layer here where these are leaking, then we can work out how to do the next layer up and then the last layer. So there will only be two, I think, 2 layers tops, and hopefully we can make the glass element of the roof of this, which is not going to be massive, but I think it should look quite impressive when we're underneath looking at the night or day sky, and it probably look reasonably impressive from the outside as well. The other thing is, once we've got the glass in that layer, then the next layers will become easier, because we'll be able to do that from above. And then we've got to think about how we're going to do the walls. I want quite a lot of dark and light colours, contrasting colours for this. And eventually we'll have the top part of a fairly large, hopefully, construction. I'm not a big fan of mega builds, mainly because I think to some degree they've become synonymous with quality, which to me they are not. You know, we're talking often about a build which or a thing which, you know, is not going to be all that big. But we can do this to start off with, and then we'll do the next layer in, I think. And see how we go. But yeah, I shall be back once I've done a little bit further. Well, the glass lid is on. I ended up, after all of that smelting, I ended up with about a stack and a block left. Now from this angle you really can't see much going on down there, certainly not in the daytime. I'll have to see what it looks like at night, but we do need to just go and put away a few bits and pieces, anything I can basically. I'll definitely pop those away if I've got anywhere to pop those away. Come on, let's not muck around. There you go. Clay and white sand and anything else that will go in there, and then the glass can go in there. Right, so the blocks that I want I'm not entirely sure whether to go with some, I mean, I don't have a lot of lava stone. Obviously there's deep slate, wherever that is. Cobbled deep slate. Now the problem is at the moment I'm using other deep slate, just silt touching it, which is a bit of a pain, but yeah, not the end of the world. Let's just go and have a look at this from this angle. In fact, I'm going to pop just so we know where that belongs, we'll pop you there. I like it. I think it's going to I think it is going to look pretty sweet once we're in. Obviously still need to continue down. We need to work out the sides. There's a whole load of resource gathering to do, but I suppose for now that's not going to work, is it? There. Alright, let's do this for starters, just so we know what goes where, huh? Right. So we either need to cook basalt cobblestone, and we've got a reasonable amount of basalt cobblestone. Or we've got smooth basalt, which we get the recipes for the uses for that, I should say, are if we cook it we get basalt, and if we cook that again we get smooth basalt. Now the question is, yes we can. Okay, so that's interesting. Have I got enough? That's the big question. Got basalt from embellished craft. That's where we're going to be aiming for in the first instance. Let me just go and have a look how common that is down here. That's slate. That's all slate still. That's all basalt. So I mean I could quite easily grab myself a wee bit of this if I'm at all concerned that I'm not going to have sufficient, and just backfill with whatever I've got on me, really, just because I don't like leaving holes. It's just a personal thing, you know. There you go. What have I got? I've got loads of limestone in my inventory actually, so I could prospect, could quite easily grab a whole load of this first, couldn't I? Let me grab as much basalt as I can, certainly enough to, you know, replace with limestone, because limestone is, I don't like it. I don't, oh, you can cut it into marble, and marble can make that, and what else can you do with marble? Can you make a smooth marble? No, you can make stone. Does not look like it. So let's just go with basalt, and I will backfill with the limestone, I think. I'll be back in a sec. Now, armed with that, of course, there's no point putting it through and smelting it. What we need to do is remove that. Let's set you to that, and then we'll throw in all of that. And I don't think that will take long. And then we're going to set it to that one. Let me get rid of you, and you for now. Still haven't done anything with that. Oh, and that still needs to go away properly and all. Yeah, there. Don't know why that one. But then we're going to set you to that, and we're going to throw all of this lot in. God, I love this smelting mechanic. Yeah, I'm really not sure what to do for the better. I mean, that is nowhere near finished. I think for a screenshot, you know, we're going to have our smelterator. It can't be that far off. There we go. We'll have more than enough there, but I think once this lot's gone through, it'll be good. And the plan at that state then is to get that, and I don't know whether to do, let's do smooth. I like that a lot more. So my plan at this point is to come around the edge here and replace you with that, so we have a like a structural border, and then we can do some more interesting things around the edges and down the sides once we get the walls in. But first things first, let's get this done. That'll probably be all I get done this episode, and then we'll continue on with this next episode. But I definitely need to get a better, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not entirely sure what the word I'm looking for is, but whatever it is, a better one of those. And I may have that clay out as well, just because I can use it. And then again, maybe not. It kind of adds to the actual shape of the place, doesn't it? Do it properly. I know you're not seeing it, but doesn't mean that we do everything wrong. Like so, and then oop. Hate it when I get caught by one of those currents and it just chucks me down. Into the ground as if I'm, well, I suppose it's accurate being caught in a current, isn't it? Okay, yeah, so I just need to continue getting this bit done. Oops, that's all right. And I shall be back momentarily. And that is the night sky, which is not as good as I thought it was going to be, but it is somewhat dramatic. We've still got plenty of basalt left, so now I need to decide what I'm going to do, how deep I'm going to go, and what I'm actually going to do down here. This is going to be inventory, but I haven't decided how I want to do my inventory yet, because we are limited somewhat in inventory options. But for the most part, I am happy with that. So on that note, I think we're going to call this one an episode. We've got our press and everything now set up. We've got that. I probably should. Let's get things like chisel. I've got 9 slots, so let's have a look what we have got in here. Snip, snip. Yep. Probably that. What else? Maybe that. Iron knife could be a thing. Antique atlas. Let's try that. Well, that's not the right thing, is it? Whoa, what happened with my mouse then? Insert. Probably that. On an insert, followed by that. On an insert. Anything that can stack, basically, can't stack, can go in there. So, in theory. Now, once I've got, once I've been to the end, yeah, let's be honest, I haven't even started thinking about the end. Then, thanks for that. That works, and it does model bits on us. I don't know why it doesn't model the backpack, but there you go. Can't have everything, I suppose. Right, what else? Bandage from extended caves. Yeah, I've got all sorts of little bits in here. I do really need to sort this out before I go any further, though. But on that note, thanks for watching, guys. We'll continue this next episode, and I will see you soon. And bye for now.